this live stream is life is a game. That's all it is. It's just a game. You better be in this to play to win. We're going to go in depth in that today. But essentially, the best winning mindset that you can have, not only to be successful in life, but to actually enjoy it. You know what? I'm actually going to put this on do not disturb. Hold up. I noticed that when clients or somebody messages me, the entire live stream gets messed up. This is really starting to drive, so I gotta fix this today. I gotta remember to fix this. The tripod or whatever you want to call this, the phone mount is really loose. But anyways, we're going to be talking about how to win the game of life. First thing is first, in order to win the game of life, you need to understand that life is a game to be played. And this is a very serious game. How serious is this game? You're not going to get out alive. That's how serious this game is. And so you better win to play, baby. That's all I'm saying. And what I mean by playing to win is look at where you are in the chessboard of life. Figure out what your next moves need to be in order to advance to the next level, right? Now, everybody has a different personality type. Everybody has different goals, different objectives. So, not everybody wants to be the best. Not everybody wants to be successful in the same ways that other people are. But I guarantee you, for most people on this planet are not where they would like to be in life, in reality. Most people are not where they want to be. If you ask most people on the street, are you happy with where you're at? Are you where you want to be? Most people would say no, right? Now, in Buddhism, the mindset is you shouldn't want anything. Completely get rid of your desire, and then desire is the root of all suffering, according to Buddhism. If you got rid of your desire, you would eliminate the suffering. But then, when you take that to the next logical extreme, you end up being a monk that eats rice, and that's it, and meditates on a mountain all day, and you know, does acts of kindness to the community and stuff like that, right? I don't know about you, but for me personally, that's not really a life that I would want to live. Now, that might be like the most hypothetical ideal life that we should all kind of strive for. But me personally, I'm not really interested in that. What's going on? You guys some of you guys gotta need to change your usernames, man. You guys have like a bunch of spammed letters as usernames. But welcome to the stream. Nazia, welcome. It's gonna be hard to read you guys' names. How are you? Like done, I appreciate you, thank you. I am doing good, actually. It's a beautiful day today. On my way to clients, and just trying to help people out while I'm on my way in the downtime. You're from Pakistan? Welcome. How is it over there in Pakistan these days? But yeah, so the idealistic life, according to Buddhism, is to like not want anything, live your life in servitude to others, which is, there's different ways to do that, but I would assume that that's kind of like the theoretical extreme of like what the ideal life is. But regardless of that, I think it's fine to have wants and desires, and I think that's in service to humanity itself, because for you to want something and to get it, you have to also help enough people get what they want in exchange, right? And so by you wanting, let's just go extreme and say like the most materialistic thing that you could possibly want. A Lamborghini, for example, right? Let's say you want a Lamborghini, which is selfish, quote unquote, right? For you to want a Lamborghini, for you to get a Lamborghini, more often than not, you need money. How do you get money? You solve other people's problems. That's the best way to make money in this world. So if you solve enough people's problems, you can get the Lamborghini you want. So is it really such a bad thing to want that Lamborghini? You know what I mean? So I think it's fine. I'm from Canada, Toronto, Canada. So I think wanting things is fine. Let's just get that out of the way so we can set up a good foundation for the rest of this conversation, right? By the way, I'm trying to get some more subs, so if you guys can sub, it would be greatly appreciated. Helps out a lot with the channel, and I'm going to be going into more topics like this in the future. Now, if it's okay to want things, the only problem with wanting stuff is that you will also not be happy with where you're at in life. The more you want something that you don't have, the less happy you will be. So a lot of people use that as an argument to like kind of not want anything, be happy with where you're at, practice gratitude. I say screw all that, because who needs happiness anyways? In my belief, the point of life is not necessarily to be happy. The point of life is to become a productive member of society, see what kind of person you can become. We are all brought onto this earth with zero capability whatsoever. I think the purpose of life not only is to help humanity progress in general, but the purpose of life is to see from the time you are born and a child that you can't even walk, you can't even speak, how much can you develop as a man or as a woman until the point of death. And you can always get better, you can always improve. And I think a big part of life, the beauty of life, is to see how far you can go from where you started. We all have different starting points, but I think the beauty is to see like how far can you go from where you start to where you end, right? So I think it's normal to want things, and I think it's normal to desire things, right? And this is kind of like what makes life kind of worth living, right? When we were hunter-gatherers, we used to want, gazelle, nice tasty gazelle. We used to want mates because that would further advance the survival of species. Now most of the things we want is usually related to security, like have to suffer so that you can attract more mates. If you're male like me, our evolutionary hardwiring is designed to seek status, whether you agree with that or not. God damn it, this damn phone. Whether you agree with that or not, that's hardwired into your DNA. It's part of our nature as men to want status. That is why most boys, teenage boys, want a nice fancy car. You don't give a shit about the car, what the car makes you look like in front of other people, in front of other men, in front of other girls, etc. Right? And that's completely natural and normal to want these things. And the way you get these things is direct proportion to helping people solve their problems, but also becoming a better version of yourself. So I think the best way, I've been like mildly depressed for a very long time in my life. Kind of like lost. I didn't have any like purpose in life. I didn't have any goals to work towards. Hold on, let me read the chat. What do you do? I am a personal trainer and online weight loss coach. I help people get absolutely shredded like me within 90 days or less, depending on what your starting point is. Let's be realistic, but like if you're obese, you're not going to get there in 90 days, but if you're chubby, we can probably get you there. What's going on, Will? Changing my username, like you said, it doesn't look like a spam. Perfect. Well, what's going on, Nico? Appreciate you stopping by. Is the glitching coming from this end or mine? I am not sure. Could be from my end, I'm not sure. Hopefully not. Is anybody else glitching? But yeah, what's helped me, so a little bit of backstory on me. I used to have, like most people, no purpose in life, no direction, kind of just aimlessly like playing video games all day. That was my drug of choice, video games. Would show up late to school. I'd miss like the first 2 periods of class. Wasn't going anywhere anywhere fast. My mom ended up kicking me out when I was 17 because I wasn't going to school. I was getting failing grades, not on everything, but on some things, and there looked like there wasn't a lot of direction. I always had these like spurts of like, I want to be a chess player, or I'm gonna do this or that, and then I never did anything. So that's kind of like a backstory on me. Let me see if I can tighten this up, because this is driving me nuts. I don't even know how you tighten this thing. But, oh man. Oops, there we go. So, I was going nowhere fast. I was playing video games all day, and I just felt like nasty inside. I just felt depressed. My whole point, like the reality that I knew personally was that you're supposed to go to college or university, get good grades, get a good job, you know, get married, have kids, work a 9 to 5, then you come home and you watch TV on your free time or whatever, or play with your kids, and then you go to Bob's Barbecue on the weekend, and that's your life. Maybe you have these moments where you go on vacation here and there. Maybe you have these moments where you get married, and that's pretty much about it. And like the thought of that literally made me want to kill myself. I know it sounds lame, it sounds pathetic, but I was like, bro, if this is life, like what's the point? That was for me personally. I honestly don't understand how, like I'm the weird one, it seems. Like 99% of people seem to be okay with that being life. Nobody has a problem with that. For me, it's like the thought of that being reality was just like, just kill me, man. Like it's, you may as well say I'm like, you're in prison for the rest of your life. Like it's just awful. I don't know why, but that's just how it is for me. Like just the thought of that. Maybe because I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was a kid. So like the thought of that just sounds so mind-numbingly boring that it was just unbelievable. What's going on, Ryder? Welcome. So anyways, I was suicidal, whatever. Not, well, was I really gonna kill myself? Probably not. But I thought about it. I was just like, what's the point, you know? And then I looked up motivational videos, life hack. If you guys are unmotivated, motivational videos every single day. 1 5-10 minute motivational video every day will fix all your problems. I'm telling you right now. I'm actually doing that recently. It's a game changer. It just puts you in the right state every day. It's like so important. But anyways, I started watching motivational videos, came across a guy on YouTube called Eric Thomas, and started just been watching all of his stuff. And you know, I started seeing this group. I'm not going to get into this too much because like the point isn't about me, but I'm just trying to lay a foundation, because maybe some of you guys can relate and maybe this will help someone. But I started I saw this like group online called the Creature Hub. They were like a gaming group, and that was the first. And I saw that they were getting like views. They were playing video games all day, which is what I was doing at the time because I was a fucking degenerate. And I saw these guys were making bank, man. These guys were making like lots of bread, lots of money, right? And so I was like, bro, I'm playing video games all day. These guys are getting paid. I'm the moron playing video games all day for free. These guys are getting bread. This is what I want to do with my life. That was the first time I was exposed to like, there's another way to make money rather than working at a corporate office all day, typing on a keyboard with fluorescent lights over your head. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it work. That was the first time I had any kind of like purpose in life. Obviously that's evolved. I'm not doing that now, but I did that for a very long time. didn't really go anywhere, to be honest with you guys. If you guys are trying to make it in gaming, good luck to you. I think that's probably, you probably have a better chance being an actor than being a gamer on YouTube, but you know, don't let me crush your dreams. But yeah, anyways, one thing led to another. Point of this all is over that process, what I figured out. So yeah, let me back up. So I was doing that for a while, nothing was happening, nothing was working, and again I was depressed because I was like, I had this dream, I had this goal, I'm trying so hard to make it work, I'm giving up everything, I'm like minimizing the amount of work that I do so that I have as much hours in the day as possible to focus on YouTube, make progress. I'm not going to tell you guys the gaming channel because, you know, it is what it is. It's out there somewhere, but what's going on, Abdul? Welcome to the stream, buddy. But anyway, so I was doing that and nothing was happening, nothing was working. And I was like, man, this sucks. Like at this point, it was like 6 years in, and like I'm 6 years older, you know? So I was 23 at this point. And I was like, bro, I just don't see how this is gonna work. Like I'm not even close to anywhere. I had like 250 subscribers after 6 years, constantly getting like 200, 300 views per video. I'm like, this isn't gonna work, man. So again, the same existential crisis. Anyways, I kept chasing passion. So I kept hearing the whole thing about passion. You know how everybody says follow your passion, just do your passion and you'll never work a day in your life. So I mean, that's what I was doing. Nothing was happening because nobody gives a shit. The problem that they don't tell you is that nobody cares about some random kid playing video games, right? There's no value. You're not offering value. Like maybe 0.001% make it, but, and I'm not saying you can make it, but like, it's going to take forever, man. You're gonna be like 40 years old by the time. You're gonna be 40 years old, barely making minimum wage just because you want to focus on your passion. Like, is that worth it? So I stopped that, and I was like, you know what, let me focus on making money, because if you became a millionaire, and I still believe this to this degree, like whatever you want in life, imagine if you snapped your fingers and you're a multi-millionaire. Imagine how much easier life would be, how much easier it would be to get what you want if you had like 5 million, 10 million in the bank, bro. Imagine now you want to be a full-time gamer, for example. You could hire like a coach, you could get like marketing, you could work, like whatever. You could hire, pretty much do whatever you want, like at that point, right? So I was like, okay, bro, I got to make money. Because if you can make money, then you can do anything else you want in life by extension, which I still believe in to a degree. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're further along the process. So I was like, okay. And that's where I went all in on being a personal trainer, yada yada. To make a long story short, I experimented. You know, I'm just gonna hold the phone like this. It's driving me nuts. To make a long story short, I tried a bunch of stuff as well here and there. Nothing really worked. Got 100,000 followers on TikTok with comedy skits. Ended up hating the process. I just felt like I was a clown that was there for everybody else's entertainment, and like it was just miserable. I don't know why, but I could just never force myself to do the videos. I started burning out and I never recovered from that. I tried every book strategy in the book, and I just couldn't get myself to do them. So I'd stopped that. But basically what I learned back in 2022 is when I stopped doing the comedy skits on TikTok. And it was crazy because my whole dream, my whole life was to be a full-time content creator. And like I was right there. I was so close to getting there. I got 100,000 followers in like 6 months of comedy skits posted. By the way, if you guys want to go viral, bro, comedy skits on TikTok, I'm telling you right now, like you're set. It's gonna take you probably have to do it every day, ideally 1 to 3 times per day for like 3 years. But by the time the 3 years goes by, you'll probably be full-time. Anyways, yeah, I was getting brand deals and all that from Taco Bell Canada. I got like $1,000 Canadian, so it was 700 US for 2 videos. But it wasn't like often enough. Like it wasn't like I was making bank. I probably made about $2,000 per year. This is after like 10 years at this point of being a content creator and grinding away at it. Right? And so at that point I was like, I just couldn't do it anymore. So in 2022, that's when I stopped. And then I was just like, you know what? Let's forget all this. I'm just going to focus on making money. Because if you can make money, like even if you don't know what you want to do in your life, or like if you just make money, everything else will kind of take care of itself. And I still believe that to this. That's kind of where I'm at now at this stage of my life. They say that money isn't everything. And I honestly personally disagree. Yo, what's going on, Jordan, man? What's going on, buddy? I still think that money is everything. I don't care what anyone says. Money is everything, bro. If you have money, you can afford better healthcare. If you have money, you can save your parents' life. If you have money, you can do whatever the hell you want. Let's say your dream is to be a actor, right? Let's get 2 people. One's dead fucking broke. Absolutely zero money in the bank. He has to work like 2 jobs just to pay the bills. And then with whatever he scrapes by with whatever time he has left to practice for his acting, memorize his scripts, apply to these auditions. Then you have guy number 2 who is like got 10 mil in the bank. He doesn't work that much because he's just got so much passive income, whatever. He can invest in all the best coaches. He can make the connections he needs to make so much easier. Like whatever you want to do in life, it's so much easier if you have money, right? And so I got to wrap this up soon, but I kind of went off a tangent, to be honest. Main point I'm trying to make in life is that I realized the happiest I've ever been is when I had the mindset that of seeing my life as a video game to play, and you are like player number 1, and you want to see like the stats, the statistics. So like right now, like my fitness level is pretty damn high. I got a pretty good physique for myself. I invested in programs. I got my personal training certification, so I know what I'm doing when it comes to fitness, when it comes to health, when it comes to being lean, right? My fitness and nutrition is pretty much like top 1%, right? So that, I don't have to worry about that. I got that covered. My problem now in life is like money, finances, trying to get that sorted out, right? And that's been like the struggle of my life for like the last 3 years. But once you get to that point, like my short-term goal right now is to make 10K a month online so that I can travel the world, get out of Canada. I absolutely hate this country. I can't stand to live here another second. I hate the winters here. I hate how dark it gets at like 4 p.m. And so I'm like, I'm not going to live here for the rest of my life. I'm out of here. Same with being a personal trainer. To be honest, like there are moments where it's nice, but like that's not what I want to do for the rest of my life, man. I don't want to be a person. I don't want to be stuck as a trainer when I'm 40 years old, 60 years old. Like that's not it, man. So online trainer, that's my goal right now. Becoming a full-time online weight loss coach. And being able to work anywhere in the world with a laptop, a phone, and an internet connection. I want to travel the world, live different countries for like 3 months at a time, 4 months at a time. And that's kind of like the life I want to live. That's what excites me, gets me up in the morning, right? Point of this all is that you got to see life as a video game and you're player 1. And you're just trying to level up your stats. Right now, I need to level up my money-making stat. You know what I'm saying? I need to figure out this marketing thing. That's why I'm doing these videos, these live streams every day. I want to level up my content level, my ability to attract attention and get an audience. Like this live stream isn't doing too well. Instead of blaming life circumstances, I'm like, yeah, it's because my content, my live streaming level is 0. Right? Like I need to level up the live streams. Maybe I need to, I don't even know how you would work on this, but there's got to be a way to make these better. I got to study the best live streams, see what they're doing, emulate that, right? And then that's how you level up. So all this is to say that I think having the mindset that of like turning life into a video game and just playing life like full time. You know how there's guys that play World of Warcraft 16 hours a day, RuneScape 16 hours a day, and that's all they do all day? I just see life as RuneScape. I see life as World of Warcraft, right? If you could get lost in World of Warcraft, level up your character for 16 hours a day like a degenerate, why not level up your character in real life like that? And then that's when people tell you, bro, why don't you get a life? Why don't you go party? Why don't you go play video games? It's like, this is the video game. This is what I want to do. You know what I mean? Life. This is life. I don't need hobbies because my life is the hobby. Does that make sense? So like everything I do is working towards that goal. It's kind of like I've reframed my brain to think of this as like this whole thing is a video game. As soon as I wake up every day, I get to play the video game of life, and I just get to play 24/7. And that's what makes it enjoyable, and it also makes you work that much harder because you don't see it as like something you have to do. It's kind of something you want to, even if it sucks sometimes that you don't want to do things. It's always, you remind yourself that this is just leveling up your stats. Minecraft, yeah, those were the days, bro. Insane, man. Start cold calling. I don't think cold calls is gonna work with online coach. Hey man, do you want me to be your online weight loss coach? It's like, bro, who are you? I really think that content is the best way. From all of the research I've done over like the last 3 years, I've kind of tried everything and I've fallen on content. It just sucks because in the beginning you don't get anywhere, and it's like I've been grinding. I've been posting a video every day for the last 6 months plus straight. I haven't missed a single day in 6 months. And it's like, bro, it's like I got 100 subs on YouTube. I got 150 followers on Instagram. Like, but I know for a fact, I'm not doing what I need to do because I should be like recreating viral videos, and I'm not doing that because there's just no time. Like I'm so busy that it's hard to do that high level content, but I have a game plan. I'm going to start waking up earlier in the morning so I have that time slot to actually focus on the content. But the content is going to be leveling up soon. We got to level up the content level. What's going on, Miss Zahra? Welcome. Anyways, guys, I got to get out of here. I'm getting lost. I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, try seeing life as a video game. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. And I think honestly that'll help a lot of people out in life. Like just Waterloo. I don't think Waterloo is the answer to my problems, man. But yeah, see life is a video game, and I'm just trying to level up my main character in life, and that's all I need to do. I don't want to go on vacation. I don't want to go to a cottage. I don't want to do anything else. I just want to play the video game of life 24/7. I hope this helped you guys out. Hopefully this mindset helps you. I'll see you guys on the next one.